So here is how to load a Rowe changer. BC 1400, 1200, 1600. Basics are all the same. This one happens to be a front loading changer. Rear loading changers will work basically the same, except for obviously they load from the rear. So just a couple of quick little pointers of where everything is inside the cabinet and what we're talking about. And I might not be using the exact technical terms, what they call them in the instruction manual, but you'll know what I'm talking about. You've got 2 coin hoppers here. You've also got your bill transport. You've got your main computer with your message screen. You've got your hoppers for bills right here. Your power supply is right here. And then behind your hoppers, you have your motors, your hopper motors right there, and inside this gold plate is what you call the coin cups, and I'll explain that in a second. So for Rowe's, unlike other changers have a single coin hopper or maybe 2 coin hoppers or whatever it might be, and you put the dollar bills in and the coins immediately dispense from the hopper to the customer. In Rowe's case, they actually have coin cups behind this. So what happens is when you load the hoppers with your quarters, you then need to what they call charge the bill changer so that people receive the right change when they come in and put their money in. Otherwise, if you don't charge the changers after you fill it with coins when it's empty, and you know it's empty because the orange light and also right here on the screen it says hoppers are empty. If you don't charge it, someone will put in, let's say, a $5 bill, and they might not get any change back, or they might get not enough change back. So you need to make sure that you charge the hoppers when you put your coins in. So I'm going to put this little swing arm back, swing my hoppers forward, load up some change. We'll put this back in. Now your computer screen gives you the message of what's going on. In this case it says hoppers empty. Now some people can't bend down that far, might have a hard time reading that. This computer does slide out so that you can read the screen easier by pressing this tab, pushing it in, and then you can slide this computer out a little bit more, and that makes it easier to see and easier to read. Now to reset this, you want to first press this button right here, and you see the computer is going to go through a system check. And if you see this going back and forth kind of like an old Cylon from the old show Battlestar Galactica, you know what we're talking about. You're okay. Follow the instructions here if you don't remember what I just showed you. So once you've got that going, you want to make sure, as I said before, you want to charge the hoppers. Fill those coin cups. Because what happens is that for this type of changer, when someone puts $1 in, the 4 quarters don't go directly from the coin hoppers to the customer. They go from the coin hopper to the coin cup. And the quarters in the coin cup that were there previously, those go to the customer. It's an ingenious way of keeping track of the quarters for counting, but also for theft. So once you've done this, you put the quarters in, you can charge the coin cups in one of 2 different ways. The first way is you could take a single, a $5, and a $10 bill, put them into the bill transport, and you would get the appropriate amount of change out, or hopefully you would get the appropriate amount of change out. If you don't, the next person will get the appropriate amount of change out. Or if you don't have the bills handy and you don't want to be messing around with that, if you go down to your power supply, right here it has 3 different buttons. It has your center, left, and right, and those refer to the different coin cups that are behind the hoppers back here on this gold plate. So what I typically do is charge them 1, 5, and 10. So the center one is usually your single coin cup. So you press that button, and you should get 4 quarters coming out. Put those there. I'm next going to do the 5. That's usually the top one. Now here's a good example. I pressed 5 but only got 1 quarter. If you did not charge the coin cups, the person that comes in with their $5 bill would have only gotten a quarter back, and you'll be getting an angry phone call. So next then we want to do the 10. and that should give you your 10. And notice on the computer, you've got those numbers counting down. Those numbers counting down are how many quarters are coming out of each one of the two hoppers, your right and left. Now notice that it has a 0 on there, 3 zeros for a third hopper. This particular model does not have 3, but some do have 3, and that would tell you how much quarters are coming out of each one. Preferably you want to have an even split between hopper 1 and 2. Sometimes if hopper 1 is running low or is out, it will borrow quarters from hopper 2 to fulfill its portion of that. So once you've got your quarters here that have come out, I always like to stick them back in. You can then take out your bills. Once you have them out, put the hoppers back in. If there's no error messages, close up, and you see that the orange light is off. Lock up your machine, and you are ready to go. And that is how you add coins to a Rowe changer.